guys, my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. In the past, I've made a ton of videos about sorority recruitment at SDSU and just like my tips and tricks and ideas and experience and advice and all that stuff. But this fall, it's going to look a little bit different, and we are having an online is virtual, and we are having a virtual recruitment at San Diego State, and literally like every other school across the whole country is having a virtual recruitment. And this is such a new experience, and no one's ever done a virtual recruitment before. And a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me asking me to make a video about this and asking me a ton of questions, and I will be upfront and really honest about like that I literally don't know much about anything that is happening this fall, and no one does. They haven't really come out with any information, and all the information that you guys know is the same as what we know so far. And there's a lot of unknown of like how the whole process is actually going to be carried out. Like, is it going to be through Zoom or a different platform, and like what's it actually going to look like and entail. So once that information actually comes out, I'll make like an updated video, but until then I thought it would just be nice to make this video with some like tips and tricks to make virtual recruitment easier and less stressful for you, and just help you out to optimize the experience for you guys. So I hope this is helpful. Yeah, so these are just like a few tips and tricks that I would follow and use and carry through if I were going through a virtual recruitment. This by no means means that you have to do all of this stuff. This is just what I would do to make myself feel most comfortable and confident and like strong going into this process. Yeah, so just take that with a grain of salt. The first tip that I have for virtual recruitment is to remain optimistic throughout the whole entire process. We're all aware that this is such a sucky situation, like quarantine, corona, all of that. The fact that we have to do a virtual recruitment, maybe it's not ideal, maybe it's not something that you most desire, but even when you're going through recruitment in person, nobody likes someone that's just really pessimistic and has a very like negative mindset towards everything and is just grumpy and complaining. So I would just recommend being optimistic the whole entire time. Yes, you can acknowledge your feelings of being sad or disappointment that it's not in person and you don't get to like see the homes and girls in person, and you can mention that. We all feel the same exact way, and it's so fine to be upset and saddened by something like this. I don't think you want your like overwhelming aura to be like negative, because that just doesn't leave a good impression of you to the girl that you're speaking to. I know when I'm talking to people, I love people that are just so bright and bubbly and optimistic and have a good view on life, and it's so important to surround yourself with girls that are like that as well, because it just betters the group of girls, and it's just, I don't know, no one like likes a grumpy soul. So just try to remain optimistic throughout all your conversations. It is a really long process even in person, and I'm sure online it's going to be the same way, and you're going to be dealing with so many emotions, but remain optimistic throughout everything. Fake it till you make it. Put a smile on your face. It can go a really, really long way. Going off of that, basically just like focus on the good stuff and show the girls what makes you you. You don't want to be talking about this whole situation the whole entire time to the point where at the end of your conversation, the girls left knowing absolutely nothing about you. You want to show the girls what makes you unique and what makes you stand out, and you just want to show the girls like what a cool, good, amazing person you are. You don't want to be talking about the whole corona virtual recruitment experience the whole time, because at the end of the day, that's not going to get you into a sorority or like the house that you want to be in. Like, your personality and who you are is going to get you there. So focus on you, focus on the good, and that will really be helpful. Another tip that I have is to have a list of questions that you want answered throughout the whole process, just in your head. Obviously, don't have them written out and be like, so like blah blah blah. Like, just have it be like a casual conversation, but get the answers to the questions that you want. Yes, you want a certain house and like the houses want you, but it has to be like mutual. You want to make sure that they're getting to know you and you're getting to know the house. So come in with questions that you have about their philanthropy or their social events or their academics or just the girls in the house, so that you learn a lot about the houses. Yes, you want them to learn a lot about you, but you want to learn a lot about the houses as well. So go into it with just a few questions in the back of your head that you want to ask, because it will be really helpful when you're deciding if that house is a really good fit for you or not. I know for me personally, I feel my best when I look my best, and I'm sure maybe some of of you bought outfits for sorority recruitment. I know I was so excited to buy outfits. I was like, yay, a whole new wardrobe. But even though it's virtual, you still want to look good and feel good. Like, yeah, maybe you'll be sitting in your bed doing the whole recruitment process, but you still want to like look your best, do your hair, do your makeup, dress like you would as if it were in person. I think it speaks volumes the way you hold yourself and act as a person. And so if you still like come put together, dress nice, not only will it just make you feel good, but I think it puts off a good image to the girls that you're talking to and shows that you still really care and you want to be a part of the organization that you could potentially be joining. I know when I film YouTube videos, I like have a whole setup, I fix my hair and makeup 10 billion times, I take cuts and like pauses, and it's like a really stressful environment sometimes being in front of the camera. Since virtual recruitment is going to be done through a camera, I think it would be really beneficial at first to just know how you look on a camera and know what like backdrop and lighting is going to be best for you for the whole situation. You don't want the lighting to be like, I'll show you, like that. You want the best lighting. You want the girls to be able to see your faces, see your expressions, see who you are. And once again, just going off of like looking good, feeling good, just a good lighting, good environment will really, really help you. Going off of environment, I know for me, whenever I film my videos, I sit in front of this like fun, bright backdrop, whatever, and it is a little bit busy. So that could like distract a girl. Like maybe when I talk the whole time, you could be looking at all these photos and not focusing on me. So going in an environment where the attention is more focused on you rather than what's behind you is really important, because you want the girl to be like honed in on you and not like looking over here, looking over there, not paying attention to you. Backdrop's really important, lighting's really important. Another thing that I always think of is just like my angles when I'm filming. Like I always sit like towards this side because I like that side of my face, and I'm just like always like playing with my hair, like okay, which way do I look the best? That's just something that could make you feel better and more confident going into the situation if you have like your angle, your lighting, your backdrop, just everything set up perfectly. Like if your environment's perfect, then you're going to be in a space where you feel confident and ready to go, and you can just focus on your conversation and not the way you look. Like the whole time in the camera, don't be like fixing yourself, being like this, because in person you wouldn't want to be having a conversation with someone that's always like fixing themselves, like making sure their outfit's okay. Set up everything before. Know that you're in a quiet space where you're not going to get distracted, where you can hear them, they can hear you, and you will just be good and confident for the whole situation. Something that's really important that you should do when you're in person, and this goes the same for virtual recruitment, is when you're done talking to each house, take notes of that conversation and just how you felt at the end of the day. You will be talking to so many girls and you're going to be going to so many houses that it can get all like kajumble, is that even a word? It can just get all like thrown together in your head and really confusing. And in person, I know to like differentiate the houses, it was just, oh, the house down that road, the house down that road, and you had like a visual impression of what that house looked like. So all the memories in that house kind of like were painted into that home on the street, if that makes any sense. But so when it was in person, you kind of just like had an idea of, okay, that was that house, this was this house. But when it's online, like everything's going to be thrown together. It could get maybe really confusing to be able to differentiate like, oh, that was that house, that was that house. And so just write notes at the end of each house. You can be like, okay, Alpha Chi Omega made me feel like this, Gamma Phi Beta made me feel like this, Kappa Delta made me feel like this. I had a great talk in like KD, I had a great talk in Theta, I didn't like the way this house made me feel. And when you're going online to make preferences, or however they do preferences, I'm not really sure, it will just be helpful to have a written down list of how you feel, and it'll just make you feel that much more relaxed and calm and confident in your decision that you end up making. Something that I found very helpful while in just like Zoom classes, or I also like filmed a reality TV series that was virtual, was having headphones in when you're holding conversations over like online through like Zoom or whatever application they're using. Using headphones is just so helpful because it helps with like the sound bounce back, and you're gonna be focused on what's going on in your headphones, not any outside distraction, and it'll just make it easier for them to hear you and you to hear them. So I found that to be really, really helpful. I would say that's like a really useful tip to use during virtual recruitment. So yeah, those are just a few tips that I have for virtual recruitment. Obviously not much has been released about the whole process and how it's going to go down, but a lot of the stuff that you would do and carry out in in-person recruitment applies for virtual recruitment. At the end of the day, you still have the same goal to join Greek life and join a chapter, and it is so exciting. It's going to become a massive part of your life, and I think it's just a great way to like dip your toes in the water of college, especially with it being virtual. It gives you the opportunity to meet so many friends. I know everyone in Greek life is so excited to meet all you guys that are going to be rushing. Regardless of the format, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you still want to be true to who you are and just be genuine and authentic. If you are that, people are going to love you in return. In a time where there's just so much uncertainty, this is definitely something to look forward to. So go Greek, rush at San Diego State University. All the information that has been released so far can be found online at CPA's website. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment or DM me on Instagram, which a lot of you guys have, which I love seeing. It is so sweet when y'all reach out to me, and I want to help. Like, whatever knowledge I have, I want to ease your mind and make the stressful situation just that much better. So yeah, go Greek and go Aztecs.